On today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a small teaser of what took place at the first ever Dedona Enterprise Customer Appreciation Day event. Well guys, over the weekend, Dedona Enterprise hosted its first ever Customer Appreciation Day event. The event took place on May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Overall, I have to say, guys, the event was a good success. I have a feeling that everyone attended, had a great time, and I feel like everything worked out perfectly. You know, going up to this event, it was actually super stressful. As you guys know, I am part of the Dedona Enterprise team, and you know, planning something like this, it was kind of difficult. We'd never done it before, so it was a bit of challenging to figure out what was actually going to happen. You know, was the weather going to be good? Did we have enough prizes? Were we giving things away nice? Did we have good discounts? Was the shop clean? And then a big one was how many people were going to show up, and were we going to need more parking? If you've been to Dedona Enterprise, you'll know they're on a main street and parking's a little limited. But in the end, it actually turned out perfect. Because it was May, one of the biggest stresses was the weather. And surprisingly, you know, that day actually turned out to be really good. Even that morning, they were calling for rain, but in the end, there was no rain, and it was actually a beautiful day. So it worked out perfectly. Everyone was able to enjoy outside as well as going in and out of the shop. Yeah, so what this event was all about was basically, it was a day for us to give back to our customers. We were inviting them to come out to the shop to hang out for the day, check out some of the really cool builds that we've been working on. We had all of them showcased in the shop on display. We had a couple 392s with 40s and coilover suspension. We had a lowered Cadillac with some dub wheels. We had the King Crush was down there with its 42s and its Corvette engine. We had some more normal builds, which just basically AEV lifts kits with 37s, two Gladiators down there. We had the Huracan down there to show off the air suspension. We had an old Bronco. We had so much on display. What was really cool downstairs, we also had a little cornhole competition that was going on for a bit, and we had an amazing food truck from Road Grub Mobile. I have to say, I didn't expect the food to be that good, but as soon as I had it, I might have went for seconds, and I probably didn't need to, but really cool. Also at the event, we had a big raffle, so we'd gone ahead and collected a bunch of raffle prizes to give out to people. Basically, all they had to do was buy some tickets, and then they had the opportunity to win some of those prizes. And we even had two grand prizes, which were two sets of wheels to give away. One set was from one of the brands of Wheel Pros, and the other set was from TSI Wheels. Great success. We had a bunch of people putting tickets in and buying tickets, and I feel like some people walked home with some really cool prizes. What I'm gonna do in today's video is simply show you guys what I was able to capture. As you know, I was working the event, so I didn't have the opportunity to really capture everything, but I did have the opportunity to run around and get some stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and simply put a little montage together to show you guys what happened at the event. Hopefully, throughout the video, I will jump in to explain some of the rides we're looking at, but if I don't, or if I screwed up something and said something wrong, hopefully no one holds me to it, because this is just based on my memory and based on the videos I took. So go ahead and enjoy this video, and hopefully you got a good understanding of what this event was all about.
So I got to give a shout out to Supreme Jeep Crew. They actually showed up at 8 a.m. just to wait around till 10 a.m. so that they could get their hands on one of the free t-shirts that we were giving away to the first 50 people that attended the event. And not only did our lifted Jeep customers stop by, but our lifted truck customers also stopped by throughout the day. This truck is owned by Mud and Munitions, who actually has his own YouTube channel, and I highly suggest you check it out because he actually created a video for this event as well. We even had the Jeep Club Los Mastro make the trip over from Jersey to check out the event. Most people were spending their money on raffle tickets instead of the meters. This was something a little unique at the event, as you don't see many lowered full-size pickups. And here are two really nice Jeep Wrangler JKs from the 7 Jeeps Jeep Club. And my buddy Ocean Blue JLU showed up to the event. You might remember his Jeep from when I installed those Boost Auto trail mirrors. We also had some of our hardcore off-roading customers show up at the event. We even had a few Jeeps that attended this year's Jeep Beach 2025. It was also a pleasure to have some of the Jersey Jeep Flow members make their first ever trip over to Dedona Enterprise to check out the shop and see what it's all about. And guys, Jimmy even had his F-250 outside in the sun to show up its new graphics. And if you guys didn't know, at the event, Wheel Pros was actually giving away a full set of wheels as a grand prize for the raffle, and this was one of the trucks they showed up with. At the event, we also launched a full new range of exclusively designed Lethal Threat t-shirts that can only be purchased at the Dedona Enterprise shop. And downstairs in the shop, to show the variety of work we do at Dedona Enterprise, we had a few vehicles on display. Some of these vehicles are vehicles we have recently completed, and some are actually vehicles we are still working on. One of the biggest builds we recently completed was this 392 project right here, where we installed a Terraflex coilover RT suspension with 40-inch tires and some Nemesis fenders. And surprisingly, this is one of two that we've recently done. We also had to display some simple builds where all we went ahead and did is install an AEV lift suspension and some wheels and tires. And the big vehicle that we had on display in the shop was King Crush. This is Jimmy's LS swapped Jeep Wrangler JK. This is pretty much a frame-off restoration that features a Genrite coilover suspension. We have 43-inch Mickey Thompson tires on American Force wheels and a crap ton of custom modified and custom designed aftermarket parts added on this vehicle. This is the pinnacle of custom work that we can do at Dedona Enterprise. And if you didn't know, we also lower things at Dedona Enterprise. And just in case you forgot, Dedona Enterprise also does trucks. And this was the second 392 that we just completed.
Well, guys, as you just saw, the event was a lot of fun. Again, that was just a little teaser of what actually took place at the event. If you want to experience the whole event, I highly recommend that if we end up doing this next year, that you put it in your calendar and be there, because there was so much that went on. There were some really cool builds to see. not only the ones downstairs, but some of the ones that the customers brought and the ones we've worked on were very impressive, and it was great to see them out. We also had a few people that we've never seen before or have never been to the shop. Maybe we'll consider them to be future customers, but it was really cool to take them into the showroom, into the shop downstairs, show them some of the builds we've done, and just get their overall impressions of the shop. I have to say, guys, the first time I ever walked into Dedona Enterprise, I was overwhelmed at what that shop is. There's so much. It is, some people say it is like an adult candy store, and I truly believe that. If you're into Jeeps or into customizing trucks or vehicles, that shop is one of those ones you walk in and you can't stop smiling. So, as again, just a teaser of this event. If you want to experience the full thing, make sure to attend next year's event. Possibly we'll be doing another one of these, or possibly we'll be doing something bigger. It's just something you have to find out. If you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, and share to this video. Make sure to also subscribe or follow Dedona Enterprise on Instagram. This is where you'll see all the builds and all the activities we're doing. We will have a few other events later this summer. They're not necessarily Dedona events, but they're events that we're sponsoring and we're gonna be at. So if you wanna see some of the builds you've seen in this video, you'll definitely probably end up seeing them there. I do want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who showed up for the event and made it the day it was. Luckily, the weather held it and made it even better. I do also want to thank Wheel Pros for coming to the event and setting up a little booth and helping us get some last minute pricing, as well as donating that set of wheels. And speaking of donations, I want to thank everybody who donated to the raffles. We had Real Truck, we had some of our distributors, we had Baja Designs, we had Amp Research, Real Truck, I did say Real Truck already, TSI Wheels. We also had Yonkers Brewery and Sabrett Hot Dogs. We had a lot of really cool things. Oh, who did I forget? AEV, BDS. So lots of cool prizes that went out that day. And I hope that because this is the first one and we can continue to grow this, that we'll be able to get even better prize for next year's event. So guys, at this point, time for me to wrap this up and stop talking. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Keep evolving, and we'll see you guys on the next video.